Maximus Analysis here for August 16th, 2016. And right now the ES is continuing its 3 weeks of pain for those that don't want to be patient. Again, it's patience and waiting for the trade to come to you versus trying to trade a breakout. I don't like breakouts, and I'll repeat again, it's not good risk, meaning if you risk $100, say you want to make $200 to $300. When you have breakouts, you're risking $1,000 to make $200. That's what basically, it's just, you can't do it consistently, and you can't put your stop where you need it to be. Again, stop will be under the 1981. Anyway, another very choppy day. Levels worked pretty well this morning. I had 2186, 2174, came down close to the low. If you look at the 15-minute, you can see that they came very close, and now they're popping back up. Again, this is the 15-minute, so we don't know if this is going to be them coming back up here overnight, or are they going to is this just short covering into the close? Again, we don't know who's involved with the market right now, because again, we had oil was up, crude was crude was down, up, ES was down. Again, you won't hear the correlations until they happen, and I don't believe in the correlations at all. I actually don't believe the correlations within crude and the actual energy sector that much right now, because of what I'm seeing. And again, if you on my newsletter, I went through a lot of the XLE names and showed you kind of where they are versus where crude is. But anyway, looking at the daily, we can see that we're bucking up against this 2184 to 2186 level. And again, once it breaks below this level, there's going to be a lot of people that are out of this when it breaks below 2151 and 2141. Why? Because that's going to be the stops and might compound the flush down into the breakout 2134 level. We'll continue to watch. Again, who else do we have here? We have the NQ. Basically was down about 22. So again, looking at the weekly time frame, it's just a matter of them pulling back. It's just, I'm not, you got to know when. Again, if you miss a trade, you miss a trade. But when is it not to get into a trade is almost as important as when to get in. YM, again, only down 50, nothing crazy, but again, if they go and retest that 18,000, they could definitely retrace to the 19s. It's only 100 SCP points. They could flush that down with Goldman alone. You had crude, again, like I said, is up nicely on the weekly bar. Again, I got 46, 47 as an area, and I posted out that if you are long this position based on this chart that I put out, I've been putting this chart out for a while, I would go break even, and even on the runners, I would put the stop at 43.12. Manage the trade accordingly. Don't become a pig. It's hitting up against levels, and you're already in at a great spot. Lock in profits. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Not to take the position off, but lock in profits. You can lock in profits on options as well. If you were in, let's say, the 40 option, and it went to where it is now, it's 48. You locked in $4. Okay, let's say you have a 50 delta, that's $200 profit. 50 is the 0.50 is the multiplier by the dollar amount. Okay, what you would do now is then say, okay, I would take a cheaper 44, let's say, call that was about $1 or thereabout, and I'm only risking 50 cents, so I've locked in basically my $250 per contract. That's the way I would roll the option. When I say roll the option, it's selling what you have, booking the profit, taking a portion of that profit, and booking something out that might be even close to the money or a little bit above the out of the money, because you're in the position already and you're expecting. Now the targets for me for this is 50 to 53 if they don't do anything silly here. Again, that's why I'm saying if you're already in, this is why I'm not going to trade here, because everybody's going to trade in there, and all of a sudden you're going to see TV pundits and everybody talking about that. The education is to say get in now. When they're getting in, you could be peeling off your position or rolling your stop very tight below that. But again, we have EIA tomorrow, so we'll see how this moves. It could pop up again, and again, once it gets over 48, I think they should definitely have a great chance of getting to around a 52.5 level. We had Hope you guys got that. If you didn't get it, please let me know. It's very important to manage risk and manage the positions. I'm not one that is going to just say, oh, get in here, or this looks good for a buy. I want to know what my risk is, okay? And you had some nice follow through here, and the risk when you got in was 38.09. Okay, so just really wanted to work that stuff out for you guys. Gold is just doing a sideways dance. It could go up, and I would miss that. I did take the long and went break even, and it came back down. It's just, to me, I prefer it coming down here and flushing some people out versus popping up back and leaving me, but I'm fine with waiting for the trade. The markets have been extremely sideways, and we have to take that into consideration. So let's look at some names, what they're doing today. The one name that was probably up really big was actually Priceline. Priceline on the daily, it's sideways. Again, you're having a lot of gaps on the daily, but I'd rather use the weekly, quite honestly. And you can see that it's regaining a little bit of its forward movement. This is the Brexit. I was short into the Brexit and flushed down here, and I didn't take the long, and I missed the trade. So with that being said, would I go long now? Hell no. So I made great money on that Brexit dump, but that doesn't mean that, you know, like I said, it's just sideways, and I would just kind of leave this one alone for a little bit. You have Netflix. It's making lower highs, but we'll continue to see exactly, you know, what's going on with this name, because it's still producing lower highs, and again, you could be bullish. I'm bullish this name. I'm just not bullish the pattern. I'd rather wait until the pattern you know, gives me something and it shows me what I'm looking for versus trying to coerce this into a great looking trade. It's been choppy for X amount of weeks. I don't want to get chopped. I'll wait till it flush backs and retrace, or flushes up and retrace. Just have to have that type of discipline. Again, I'm looking at this Google to pull back a little bit further, break of 800. We'll see where it goes. Again, overall market's really going to tell us the tale of the tape for this one. Tesla's sideways. It's within this. So if you look at this bar's action, it's still within just this bar's range. So if I took this and just drew something like this and drew something like this, it's been in a very tight range for the last 3 weeks of just this bar. So annoying, and again, that's probably the theme of the entire markets because of how sideways the ES has been. So we'll continue to watch. Looking at the 15-minute, we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're going to gap down tomorrow or not. Again, you manage what you can control. You can't control everything, and we'll see how this goes. Again, newsletter followers for weeks, you guys know and should have been prepared for either to take the short or to start adding cash to create another position coming up. Again, if you don't feel comfortable shorting, you know, I'm pounding the table here. Last 3-4 newsletters, I've been like, listen, now is not the time, and you can kind of see why now. So again, I treat this channel very effing serious. I treat my newsletter very effing serious because I treat it like I was trading the money. I don't know who your account size could be. $2,000, could be $2 million. I treat it the same damn way. And I want you guys to really understand that risk management is a critical thing. Trade management is a critical thing. And sometimes you got to hurry up and wait. Trading, everybody wants to do something every day. You know how many day traders, the good day traders are probably bored out their mind because they can't do anything. The novice day traders have been getting chopped up in stuff like this. When you see stuff like this for a couple hours, it's like, listen, let me go, you know, take off for a couple, come back at 2, see if there's anything, because you're definitely going to get chopped up. It's very difficult during the lunch hour. So you flush down, maybe they catch the low, or maybe they just said, you know what, it's been so tight, let me just cool off and go from there. Because again, if you miss this run up, you're getting chopped sideways for the whole day yesterday. So again, it's just a matter of, listen, day trading, you probably have to be more patient because you have less time than the swing trader or the longer term trader, which is a couple weeks, 3 to 4, 5 weeks. I'm in that camp. Okay, day trading is great. You just have to have you have to have patience throughout your trading, but it's very important that you don't get chopped to bits because you want to be active. And one of the key things that you should think about when you're being active, let's say you average you trade 4 contracts. If you say, listen, I'm just going to do a nibble. I'm going to do 1 contract. And it's not based on risk. It's based on you want to do something. Again, it might be not the best, might not be the most confident trading pattern. So you say, listen, I'm going to go half size, quarter size, because the market's kind of all over the place, and I will add into or just understand that portion is completely different than you in this saying, oh, I'm going to take a long, or I'm going to take a short. This, in hindsight, looks like a easy, oh, you just trade the ping pong, 1, 2, 3, 4, bing, boom, boom. BS. Okay, today's same thing. This is people are getting worked in this pattern right here, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that you got to look at the bigger picture sometimes to say why are they getting worked. So again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Okay, leave some comments, questions below. Okay, again, I take this very, very, very serious. Okay, and if you've been watching me for a long time, I really appreciate the support. And I want you to understand that this is very, very important to me, because when I started out, I was the same guy looking at these guys on CNBC, Kramer, all these guys, and getting all this BS information. No stop whatsoever. I like Rio. Where's the stop? Where you gonna? What's the risk? Where do you like it to? Oh, I think it go to 50. You know how vague that is? How many weeks? What are we looking at? How do you manage it while you get into there? That's why I created this channel, and that's why I'm doing my newsletter to help you guys out, and I'll be, starting some other stuff soon. So again, very passionate about this, but I feel that people work their ass off. A lot of normal people, we didn't get. I guarantee you, 99% of people on this are not trust fund babies. If you are, it's not meant to say like, that doesn't mean that you're some type of douche. Okay, it does not mean that. It just means that a lot of people are saving a lot of their money and understand that their 401k, their savings account, not making any money, so trying to put their hard-earned money into the market to make some type of return on their capital. And the last thing you want is some dirtbag that might be in bed with these banks and these hedge funds giving you just some miscellaneous vague information every day. So again, I'm sorry for my little rant, but I really, 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 really take this seriously. And that's why I do it every day. On vacation, I do this for you guys. And sometimes I've been on some real sexy vacations, and I'm like, listen, let me just do a market recap for the person. Like I said, years ago, I'm trying to talk to myself. Like, all right, you got somebody in your corner that's going to tell you what, the truth. That not every trade is going to go your way. That you're not going to catch every breakout. That everybody on Twitter is not banking and you're the only one that's not. So again, all right, I've ranted enough. See you guys tomorrow. Remember, EIA guys, EIA report tomorrow for crude. So if you're taking any day trades, you get out of them or you go risk free around 9:30 and see where it goes. All right, take care.